My dad always said that regardless of what you do in life and where you go, respect is going to be given when it's earned, and you have to go out and earn it every single day.
Being a father is the greatest job I have ever had, the greatest job I will ever have. I always wanted to be a great dad. I always wanted to give Simone things that I felt I never got. When I held her when she was born, I held her in these two hands and I said to her, I will always, always take care of you for the rest of your life. I've realized that the most important thing that I could do with my daughter is lead our life with love. Not success, not fame, not anything else, but I'm always here for you. I love you. There was a time where I said, do me a favor, I want you to tell me, what is the thing that you love most about our relationship? And she's like, oh, come on. And I'm like, no. What's the one thing that you love most about our relationship? And she said, well, that I trust you. And for a 13-year-old girl to say that to her dad, considering where I was at 13, the instability I had, and she said, well, that I trust you and that we have a very special bond. And that moved me. And so, you know, at 13, she's saying that, and you know, I couldn't ask for anything else. I love that girl. Yeah.
Do what my dad taught me, and these other years I'm gonna go build my body so we're never evicted again.
And at that time, we were at an all-time low, I think, with our family, and I am already a pretty big boy, 6'4", 200 and maybe 20, 25 pounds. I had a very bad mustache. I had a chip on my shoulder. Fresh into this high school in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, Freedom High School. A teacher comes in, his name is Jody Swick, tough guy. He shook my hand. I'll never forget that shake. He said, I want you to do something for me. Yes? I want you to come out and play football for me. I said, okay. And I went out and I played football for Jody Swick, and he was our head football coach. And he became a father figure to me and a mentor. I fell in love with the game of football, and I started getting recruited from every college across the country. My thought process started to change. That's when I started thinking about goals and what I wanted to accomplish.
My goal was to play in the NFL. Again, because we didn't have a lot of money, so I wanted to be the first one to buy my parents a house, and the dream didn't come true. I didn't get drafted. I didn't get any offers, nothing. I had to work up in Canada at the Canadian Football League. When I was cut from there, I had, my dad had to come pick me up. And I'll never forget, we were on I-75. He lived in Tampa, came to Miami, got in his pickup truck. We drove up I-75. And I'm 23 years old. I am forced to move back in with my parents.
He got sassy with me one time. It was about 1.5 miles from home. And he wanted sympathy. And it was pouring down rain. And I said, if you want sympathy, go home to your mother and get it.
And I wish I had someone at that time who could just pull me aside and, hey, it's gonna be okay. After about 1.5 months of staying in that little apartment and cleaning, I got a phone call from the head coach of the team who cut me, the head coach of the Calgary Stampeders. He called me and he said, "Hey, I know we cut you, but I'd like you to come back." I said, "Okay, I appreciate that, coach. Thank you very much. I'll think about it." He said, "Okay, great." I hung up the phone, and my dad said, "You're gonna do it, right?" I said, "No, I don't think so." And he goes, "What?" I said, "My gut tells me I'm done." He said, "What are you gonna do?" I took a deep breath. I said, "I'd like to get into the business." He said, "What business?" I said, "The wrestling business." He said, "You are throwing it all away. It is the worst mistake you will ever make." He said, "You're ruining your career."
At that time, we were living in a small apartment in Tampa, Florida, and he said, "Look around. This is what I have. I don't have anything. And I don't want that for you."
He said, "Maybe I'll be no good. But I feel like in my heart I have to do this."
Oh, you get goosebumps listening to this crowd.
I was the hottest heel in the company. And things were on fire.
Correct me if I have any of this wrong. You bought your mom a house for Christmas.
I did.
1218. A brand new home.
Just so cool to buy her a house.
And you bought your dad a house too.
I did. I bought my old man a house too.
So that's the greatest thing ever, right? To buy your parents a house.
Yes, right.
I wish I had one more shot, just to say goodbye, say I love you, say thank you.
Rocky the Soul Man Johnson passed away.
He passed away on January 15th, and we just buried him a few days ago. And I didn't get a chance to say the things that I wanted to say, or I wish he would have said the things to me, the important, critical things that anchor us. The birth of a child and what that does, and the lens perspective that just shifts, it's the greatest thing that I have ever experienced in my life. My daughters taught me how to be more caring and more sensitive and more selfless.
Yeah.
My dad loved me with the small capacity in which he was capable of. So the relationship that I had with my dad was a relationship that was appropriate at that time. My dad was on his own when he was 13 years old, homeless and in the streets. It just gives me a real perspective now that I'm older and a dad myself on the tough love that I got. So because for years, and I know a lot of my friends, a lot of guys out there's a testosterone thing that just happens between sons and their fathers. Very important to heal, to make sure that we come back to gratitude for what I was able to have with him.
What the Soul Man, my dad, was able to accomplish during his career was no small feat. I remember night after night watching him perform all over the country, being awed by his quickness, by his agility. He was an amazing performer.
And for Dwayne, for everything you've done for me. You made me proud by continuing our family wrestling legacy. But I will say this from the bottom of my heart, and I love him very much. He's my son, and he always will be, and I'm very proud of him.
The thing that has worked for me is to remember the hard times. And I just remind myself, I was evicted when I was 14. We were kicked off the island. We couldn't live in Hawaii. Had no place to live. I would remember that. And it allows me then to be present in the moment and understand, holy shit, the stuff I have around me right now, this is the shit that I dreamed of when I was a kid. I am here. I try and find a way to be grateful for every single thing I have, every single day. Wins, losses, loved ones, you name it. My life wasn't always this way. It was much different many moons ago. So these days I'm grateful to the bone for everything. The other thing is hunger. You always hear people say, well, it's about being number one, about being at the top. Or how about this? You're always going to find somebody out there who's going to work harder. Well, I don't know that. That might be bullshit. But I know no one is going to be hungrier than I am. It's one thing to be hungry. It's another thing when you're starving for greatness and starving for success. And I love that because it immediately clicked. It's in my DNA. I know what it's like to operate every single day, regardless of the success that I've been a lucky son of a bitch to achieve.
I operate every day as if I'm starving. If you're going through some hard times, you got to hold on to that fundamental quality of faith and hard work, because on the other side of those hard times is something better, is a better life.
You talk about raising babies,
Yeah.
and it's so fun watching you on social media with your daughters.
Thank you, man.
I recently found out that my fiance is pregnant, and
Hey!
I'm going to be a father for the first time.
Wow, man.
And I was wondering if you, Jesus, this is getting me. Thank you.
Man,
Thank you so much.
that's so good. I'm so happy for you. I've known you a long time, man.
Yeah, it's been
I'm
over
very
10
happy.
years. Do you have some advice for how I could be a great father like you?
That means a lot. Thank you for saying that. Sure, I got a little bit of advice for you. Your gut is right and your instincts are right. I will tell you that. You're a good dude, and I know that. I've known you for some time. Now, I've known you for years. At your core, you're a great guy. So your gut is right, your instincts are right. You're going to make a great father. Do you know if you're having a boy or girl?
We don't know yet.
All right, all right. It's going to change your life. I'm going to tell you that. So you hear that a lot. Everyone, I'm sure, is telling, oh, it's going to change your life.
Yeah.
And you've always been motivated, and you've done a great job, and you've continued to build your brand and continue to build it out, I think, with class and with entertainment, with some humor, and some quality. But your reason why is going to go to a level that you can't, in this moment, comprehend until you hold your baby. So whether you have a boy or a girl, the moment you have your baby, when the time is right, after, what's your wife's name, your fiance?
Rachel.
After she has that bonding time with the baby, then take your shirt off. I mean it. Take your shirt off. I need you to go skin to skin with your baby. Hold your baby skin to skin. And what that does, there's a energetic and an emotional anchor that happens when you hold your infant right out of the womb, skin to skin. I want you to do that.
Wow. Thank you. That was amazing.
Absolutely, man.
Congratulations on this film.
Thank you.
Thank you again for always being so kind.
It's always good to see you, man.
Always good to see you.
Yeah, you're doing a great job. I'm proud of you.
Trying to keep up with you. Come on.
Congrats on the baby, man.
Thank you so much.
You don't just like magically become great at parenting. It's a thing you get better at over time, one day at a time, one experience at a time. That's what I'm trying to do as a parent of 2 young boys. But it's also what I try to do with Daily Dad. Every day I write one totally free email that goes out to thousands of people all over the world who are just like you, parents who are trying to get better at their most important job. And I'd love to have you join us. It's totally free, no spam, one email a day. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. And I hope you sign up at dailydad.com.